Hey everybody, it's Kady from Kady Creates, and I have my work planner right here in front of me, and I don't think that I have ever shown this before. By the time I'm finished adding stuff to it, it typically has information that I am not comfortable sharing on the internet. But there are some things that I can go ahead and put in here. This is a very functional planner for me, so I just thought it would be fun to share something a little bit different. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do here today. So this is a big happy planner, lined vertical layout. And it really doesn't get a whole lot of decoration at all, if any. But it is very functional for me, so I thought I would show you kind of how I use it. And it has been especially helpful to keep me on track while working at home right now. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and take these off of the discs and get rid of this. So I do have a few things sitting on my desk that I thought would be helpful. I have some VersaFine ink, stamp block. I have these stamps. It's a Hero Arts stamp set that I've had for a really long time, but just has some like phone call, deadline, some good work stamps. So I thought that would be helpful. I have my little bucket of my favorite pens and mild liners. So typically what I do in this planner is pretty much just pen and mild liner. Makes it super easy and keeps me on track. So I think that this week I'm going to go ahead and choose my favorite purple mild liner and a Le Pen drawing pen in 0.3. This is a good combination for me. The Le Pen doesn't, in my experience, it doesn't smear when you highlight over it with the mild liner. So that's kind of why I chose that. So to match the purple, I also went ahead and grabbed this VersaMagic Dewdrop in the color Spring Pansy. It's pretty close to the mild liner color that I chose, so I thought that that would be a good combination. Also on my desk, I just have a wet chamois in a glass, and that's what I use to wipe off my stamps when I'm done with them. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, I know that I have a team meeting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, and I think like most people, all of my meetings are over the phone right now. So I have this little phone icon. The phone icon and the little meeting stamp. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that Monday. Try to line it up, but no big deal if they're not perfect. Wednesday, and then Friday. So under that, I just like to note some like big things that I need to bring up in our team meeting. Since we're not in the office seeing each other, it can sometimes be easy to forget things that you want to follow up on. So I have noticed that that has been helping me. So I'm going to take my mild liner, and I'm going to use the normal highlighting tip. And there are a couple things that happen throughout the week that I know need to get done no matter what. So I can go ahead and write some of those in. So those are the big tasks that I am going to be responsible for on Monday. You know, of course things will pop up, but that's kind of the big three that I need to focus on. Other than that, I know that I have a training on Tuesday. So I'm just trying to figure out what I want to use for that. So I just remembered I have these washi tape stickers I have these washi tape stamps from Sweet Stamp Shop, which unfortunately they are no longer open, which makes me really sad, but I'm gonna take this plain one and I'm going to line it up on my stamp block, which is why I love having stamp blocks that have grids. Just think it makes it a lot easier to line up your stamps. I'm going to use the Versa Magic on that, and then up here on the top I'm going to use this like so. Not the cleanest stamping I've ever done on that one, but that's okay, no big deal. I'm gonna wait for that to dry and then I'll write in the details of my training on that. And then I also have a different training on Thursday. I think that's like a common theme. If you are working at home right now, I think that everybody is kind of using this time to invest in some training that they've wanted to do. You know, I know that not everybody has that ability, and I really sympathize with you if you aren't able to work right now. I know a lot of people are in that position, and I am very fortunate that I am able to continue working from home right now and take this extra time to focus on some training opportunities. I'm actually working towards 2 certificate programs for my job right now, so it has been nice to like block off my schedule and not have to worry about interruptions, other than from my fiance and my dog. But I can just you know, close the door and focus when I am able to schedule those trainings. That has been one benefit. Oh, and you know what? I actually have 2 trainings on Thursday. And I think it is important to note that I used to use a teacher planner for my work planner, which was working pretty well. But the only thing with the teacher planner is that it doesn't have weekends. So it's only Monday through Friday. And my job, it doesn't happen too frequently, but sometimes there are events that we have on the weekends that I am responsible for coordinating all of those details. So it is nice. Like, obviously it's not really happening right now, but once things are back to our new normal, I guess I'll call it, hopefully we will have weekend events, and it's nice to be able to just when I'm looking at my week, be able to plan you know, things that I need to pack for those events, or people I need to follow up with and get ready for those, any of those details. It is nice to be able to see that in my week and plan those things out. So that's why I made the switch, and so far I've really been liking that. Alright, so I have my mild liner here again. I will just write in on Friday. And I don't know if you've noticed, I keep touching the little highlighter mark after I make it. That was actually something that I saw on somebody else's channel. I'll try to tag them down below. And it just like picks up some of that like ink pooling that you get at the end of your highlighter line. So it's just something that I've kind of gotten into the habit of doing, and it does help with that. So on Friday I will need now that these are dry, I'm going to I don't think this one is quite dry enough, so I'm gonna stop what I'm doing because I don't want to smear it anymore. But I'll go back to that. So once I finish with this training on Tuesday, I will have a couple of things to do as a follow-up. So I want to have this little thumbtack from the Hero Arts stamp set. I'm gonna use my VersaFine ink. So these things down here at the bottom are things that I don't necessarily go to, but they will affect my time and the tasks that I have to do, and also when my boss is available. So I like to put them Okay, so I think that is about all that I know for right this moment. And I will just go ahead and continue with this same style of using my mild liner and my little pen, and just check things off as I go and add more things as they pop up throughout the week. Like I said in the beginning, I've found that this is a really good way to keep myself on track while I'm at home, stay productive, and also to kind of track like how much time I have been spending on certain tasks, or like if my boss is like, oh, when can you get such and such done, I can kind of have an overview and look at what I have going on. Like, I'm probably not going to get any projects done on Thursday because I have 2 trainings that are almost back to back, and I'll have to fit my lunch in between them. So, you know, that day isn't going to be good to do any big projects or to set any meetings. So I have found that this is a really helpful system for me. So I hope that you guys enjoyed watching and learning a little bit more about how I plan super functionally for work, using minimal decorations. I mean, honestly, I didn't have to use these stamps at all. This could totally be a pen only spread, and I would be totally fine with that. So if you are looking to have a functional planner, I highly recommend the vertical lines. They work really well for me. So let me know down below if you have tried this layout, or if you have any questions about how else I use my work planner. Thanks so much for stopping by. Bye guys.